Hey everyone, I saw a couple of news articles today that I thought I'd share with you. Although, be forewarned, if you're not pissed off now, you probably will be by the end of this video. Because they're pretty damn anger inducing. You know, if you're any kind of caring, compassionate human being, I think you're going to be pretty pissed off by these stories. So, the first story is an article that, if you've watched Scouse Casper's latest video, you're probably fully aware of. It concerns the excommunication of a nun in Phoenix whose name is Sister Margaret McBride. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself what kind of reprehensible, amoral act she have to commit to get excommunicated by the Roman Catholic Church. Well, she sat on the board of an ethics committee in a hospital, and last year they heard the case of a 27-year-old mother of four who arrived at the hospital in the third month of her fifth pregnancy. Now, she suffers from a very serious condition called pulmonary hypertension. And this is a very bad condition, as I said, that meant that if she carried on with her pregnancy, there was a very real chance that she could die because of the pregnancy. And so the treatment necessary for her was to have an abortion, and that's what she had. You know, she discussed it with her family, her friends, her physicians, and, you know, consulted with the ethics committee. And as soon as the Roman Catholic Church heard about this, it was like, whoop, she was gone, excommunicated. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She was gone. And are these the guys that are supposed to have the moral authority here? You know, are these the guys that are supposed to have the blueprint and the plans to what makes a good person? Give me a fucking break. You know, it just shows that these people, the higher ups in the Catholic Church, don't have a fucking clue what life is about. You know, they have their own little cushy black and white world where certain things are always bad and certain things are always good. But this nun, you know, she lives out there in the real world. She has experiences, you know, this, and she knows that, you know, during her life she's going to have to deal with a lot of things that will, you know, question her faith, question her morality, and she's going to have to make a lot of very difficult, complex decisions because that's what life is like. That's what happens in life, and she knows that all she can do is just do the best that she can. You know, the best that she can for the people that she can, the people that she's in contact with, and the cases that she hears, and just pray that she's made the right decision. And that's what she did. She made the right decision, and they fucking excommunicated her for it. A Christian who all Christians should try to be like. Someone who is, you know, who has her beliefs, but also knows that sometimes exceptions have to be made. Because there are no rules. They're always wrong, all of the time. And, you know, they've excommunicated this woman for saving another woman's life. Yet, priests who have diddled little boys for decades don't get excommunicated. They just get moved to another parish, or they just get moved somewhere else. If I had any respect for the Catholic Church, it's gone now. I mean, did they give any thought of what would happen to these four kids if their mother died? No, of course they didn't, because they don't give a fuck. They just seem to care about unborn lives. You know, the lives of what could happen. You know, fetuses that could have life someday instead of people that have fucking lives now. Right, well, that's the first article. The second article is a man has been charged in Bradford for the murder of 3 prostitutes. Now, this guy ain't playing with a full deck. You know, the papers have coined the killings, the crossbow cannibal killings in the paper, and that is what he said his name was in court. You know, they asked him his name, and he said the crossbow cannibal. So he's obviously not playing with a full deck. You know, he's lost his marbles, but he ain't all there. And this pisses me off, not just because it's you know, the murder of innocent lives, but because I don't think it would have been this bad if prostitution was legalized. And it reminded me of a case a couple of years ago here. There were, during the last couple of months of 2006, the bodies of 5 prostitutes were found in Ipswich. And this was a very sort of famous case here. A man was convicted, tried, he's in jail for life, hopefully. And, I mean, not that he's hopefully in jail, he's in jail, but hopefully he'll be there for the rest of his life. And, again, you know, it just brings back the same sort of feelings that people had then, I assume. You know, it wouldn't have been as bad if prostitution was legalized. If you had sex workers who were fully regulated and had cameras in their houses, then I don't think it would have been. I don't think we would still be here, and he would have been charged with 3 murders. I think he would have been charged with 1. I'm not saying that's, that's still not a tragic event. It is, but at least 2 lives would have been saved. You know, they, in the first case, if he murdered a prostitute, they would have had the video footage. They would have had his face. They would have known exactly what he looked like. They could have circulated the picture around and saying, look, we recommend that you close down until we catch this guy, but if you feel like you still need to be open, here is the picture for this murderer. Under no circumstances should you ever let this person into your house. I mean, if you feel like you still want to work, then try to work in groups. Try to work in groups of 5 or something, so that at least you can be even safer than working alone. And I think that's what would have happened. They would have caught him a lot quicker, and maybe 1, maybe 2 lives would have been spared. Would have been saved. And I think this guy killed 5 prostitutes in 2006. How many of them would have been saved if prostitution was legalized, and they would have known exactly what he would have looked like before he killed again, before the second killing? They probably would have found him within the week. Within the next few days. Now, I'm not saying that the one prostitute's life is worth that of the others, or that it's not a tragic event. It is. But we have to be about saving lives, and at least saving 1 life is surely better than saving no lives. And it just pisses me off, because I just think that's what would have happened. You keep it illegal, and these things are going to happen. It's going to be a lot harder for you to catch the person who committed these crimes than it would have been if it would have been well regulated, and you would have had hidden cameras around, so they wouldn't know where the cameras are, and they would have caught his face. And just women's lives, people are now dead because it's not legalized. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. Anyway, that's all I want to say. I'm sure a lot of people disagree with me, so if you disagree with me, feel free to leave me a comment. I'm always up for constructive criticism. For everyone else, for everyone really, I hope you're doing well, and cheerio.